What's up, everybody, and welcome to the TNR Sports Show or Trennon Talks. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever we post. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Trennon and Ryan Sports Show. My name's Trennon. That's Ryan. Say what's up, Ryan.
Hey, everybody.
Everybody, I'm excited. We got a ton of college sports to talk about this week. We got a bunch of actual stuff to talk about. So, unlike last week, which we didn't upload at all, which was totally my fault, I take all the blame. We have a bunch of college sports to talk about this week. It's kind of exploded in our face, and I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm looking forward to this episode. Are you looking forward to this episode, Ryan?
I'm very excited. I'm happy with the topics we have.
Yeah, I think we'll be. We're definitely going to be good to go. So, let me get her started. Off. I don't have to do the like, subscribe thing anymore because it's at the front of every episode, video and Spotify podcast. So, all right. So I'm gonna go first. So we're gonna talk a little college baseball. So since we didn't upload last week, there was a slight bit of college baseball news I kind of forgot about. Since we didn't upload, I have to talk about it here. Arkansas won the regular season, so it's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna cover a lot here. Arkansas won the regular season. The regular season SEC championship. So it was just based off of their wins. They needed to beat Florida. Like I said, didn't talk about it because we didn't release last week's episode. It was a disaster. Uh, but we beat Florida. We swept Florida. We only needed to win 2 to win the SEC outright. We swept Florida, won the SEC outright, regular season champs. So that's kind of all that was last week. So just SEC regular season champs. Coming in this past weekend, Ryan, Arkansas won the SEC tournament.
Swept the SEC.
Yeah, really, we did. We totally did. In Hoover, Alabama. Hoover, Alabama.
A Hoover Dam?
Would you like me to break it down for you, Ryan? I
Go for
will.
it, man. Break it.
All right, here I go. Breaking it down. Here we go. So Arkansas beat Georgia on Wednesday. So I think it started on Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure. Arkansas was a high seed, the number 1 seed, because we won the SEC. Go figure. So we didn't play. I think South Carolina lost. Who they lost? They lost, right, to Alabama.
That's Bama, yeah.
Yeah, I think on that Tuesday before Arkansas played on Wednesday. So I think they had to play one extra game than we did. And they lost. So sorry, South Carolina. But I thought I'd throw that in there just because. But Arkansas on Wednesday, so it's going to be very complicated. Beat Georgia 11-2, a complete slaughter. Georgia stinks anyway. One of the worst teams in the SEC, and that's saying a lot because every team in the SEC is good. So, and Arkansas's beating them all, by the way, and we'll get into that. But we did beat Georgia 11-2, so that was kind of Wednesday's action. Kind of a lower seed going against a high seed like Arkansas. Then on Thursday, we played the second best team in the SEC, Ryan. The second best team in the SEC. Many people were saying that. Number 3, Vanderbilt. Number 3 in the country, I might add. Arkansas beat them 6-4. I was about to say, did I not write down the dang score? I watched the highlights to it. This weekend was very busy for me. I was going all weekend. But I did sit down these past couple of days and watch the highlights. And obviously I kept up with them when they were going on, during the game. Obviously, I blogged them on Twitter, see what I follow accounts and they tweet out scores and stuff, But I watched the highlights today. Vanderbilt game was a unique one. It was the only SEC top tier team we didn't play. So we played everybody but Vanderbilt during the regular season. That's any good in the SEC. We beat Ole Miss, Florida, Mississippi State, LSU. Who's some more? There's more out there. Tennessee beat them a bunch. It was the only SEC team we had, and we had a good couple games. Good couple innings there. The Vanderbilt and the Commodore and the Razorbacks. The game kind of changed when the Vanderbilt pitcher nailed one of our players. Arkansas took the lead, didn't look back, so it was pretty helpful. for that end. So Arkansas advances on Thursday. They beat the only SEC team that was any good they didn't play during the regular season, Vanderbilt. 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 All right, so we keep going. Saturday, Arkansas plays number 12 Ole Miss, beats them 3-2. Very defensive game, if you can say that in baseball. Pitching effort, big pitching effort. A lot of pitches thrown. But or maybe not a lot. But it was a very tight game, a very intense game. Arkansas scored both of their runs in the top of the first, I do believe. Ole Miss didn't score theirs until the bottom of the fifth. And then Arkansas nailed one run just to win the game to go up 3-2. They were tied 2-2 for a long period. And then Arkansas ended up winning the game against Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin's team.
I mean, kind of.
3-2.
Wrong
So
score.
that's kind of the story for that. So Arkansas keeps moving on. Arkansas, good baseball team.
Yeah, they're
really
good.
Like really good. And then I watched highlights of that game as well. Arkansas then beat number 4. So we played number 3 on Thursday, and then we played number 12, and then we played number 4, Tennessee, the team they got in a fight with. And Arkansas won 7-2. It's kind of a blowout win. This is a dominant force. Tennessee and Arkansas, I don't know. Arkansas's had their number this year. We should have swept them in Knoxville. We didn't. What are you gonna do? But we ended up winning the game. Like I said, kind of got off to a hot start in the first inning, and it kind of went and got us rolling. So
yeah, SEC champs,
SEC regular season champs, SEC tournament champs, number 1 overall seed in the regionals. Ryan, I have the regionals, a picture of it, and I want to go through some of them. Are there any on here that interest you? Arkansas's interests us both, actually.
Yeah,
Speaking
we're
of,
in Arkansas for sure.
mainly because they're playing Nebraska. It's going to pit 2 co-workers, me and another girl that graduated from Nebraska. We work together. It's going to pit me and her together.
That'll be interesting for sure. I'm kind of curious to see what UCLA can throw out. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about UCLA's baseball team, but
They're usually pretty good, UCLA. Those Pac-12 teams, man, they're underrated, but they have good baseball out there. They just
it's kind of like their baseball, basketball. Like they're not bad.
right.
Obviously, Arizona generally a baseball powerhouse for the most
Right.
part. Normally, you have a good baseball team. I'd be curious to see what they do. Also, a Pac-12 team. Other than that, the only team I see is the Campbell Camels, which I just enjoy it for the Camels.
South Carolina, baby. Heck yeah.
I just enjoy it for the Camels.
Um,
What about you? Is there anyone besides?
is
Arkansas?
Oklahoma in this or no?
No, I don't think so. Oklahoma State's in it.
Oklahoma State, lame. I just want to. I'm going to retweet this later on my Twitter, so please go to it. This is a beautiful college baseball jerseys. I know we're well. I guess we kind of are on audio. I wish I could share this on the thing, but there's no way. But maybe I'll edit it in later. But I doubt it. Just look at my Twitter when we're talking about this. I'll retweet it. I'll pin it as my top tweet. College baseball jerseys are absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
stunningly beautiful. Like stunningly beautiful. I mean, look at some of these jerseys.
I really like Georgia Tech's.
I like UCLA's a lot. Like
UCLA's looks pretty good. UCLA's got a classic jersey.
The baby blues. Everybody's got the baby blues coming back. I love the baby blues. There's a New Jersey Institute of Technology in the Arkansas Regional. Beautiful jersey. NJIT. So I think I like that one. Arizona State has a nice one.
Arizona State's got some good logos for sure. I like
the Devils.
The Camels.
Yeah, they don't have a bad one. Oh, there's a team on there with Dallas. Dallas Baptist. Jesus. I like that. It's one thing I do like about college baseball. If I'm sure many South Carolina people remember, but we had a couple years ago, Coastal Carolina won the whole thing. And, you know, I like college baseball because it allows everybody to have a chance. Like there's some
Anyone can
teams
win
in
it.
here that there is one. Look at the Columbia regional. First of all, Columbia has a regional. I think that's like,
The Dolphins.
yeah, who is that?
I
I
have
don't
no
know who that
idea.
is.
I have.
Who is the Dolphins?
I thought
Is
the
that Tua
Jaguars.
Tagovailoa? The Miami Dolphins?
There's
They have
also
a
the
baseball team.
Jaguars.
The
Trevor
what?
Lawrence Jaguars in the Austin Regional.
Oh, who is that? Who are these people? I never heard of these schools before. Stanford, I barely know who they are. South Bend Regional, last shirt. Look at the South Bend Regional, last shirt.
Gosh, where is South Bend?
So that's near
Oh, the
300.
Chippewas?
The Chippewas. What the
Central Michigan?
heck? These teams are crazy. The Greenville Regional. Who's the Green? Is that ECU, I guess? Has to be.
I think so. I think it's
Yeah,
East
ECU
Carolina.
Pirates has to be.
Gotta be. The Blue
The,
Hose are in there.
the Sycamores?
See the Blue Hose?
Where's the Blue Hose at?
Right next to the Sycamores.
Oh my God, dude. That's crazy. We got the Raiders. The Oakland Raiders are sporting a green. We got 3 NFL teams. Think about that. The 3 not in the Knoxville Regional. We've got 3 NFL. We got the Dolphins, the Raiders, and who is the other one? The Jaguars. That's crazy. I've never heard of any of these teams. I typically think, I'm a college football, college guy, I mean, we have a college podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
So you would think.
You'd think we'd know.
I know McNeese State.
It's the Rams, too.
Well, the Rams, I would feel like the Rams, that has to be Colorado State, right?
I don't think so. It's not their color.
Which regional is that?
Starkville.
No,
Is that VCU?
Yeah, has to be. Yeah, that kind of looks their color scheme. Look at the Oxford Regional has a team called the Red Hawks.
That's cool.
And then look at that. The Tucson Regional has Grand Canyon University. I'm pretty sure that's some Christian university from like Utah or something.
It's like an online Christian
that I do love that about college baseball. These are some wild ass teams. I have no idea where these people are from. We got 3 NFL teams, schools I don't even think exist, probably Division 3. I mean, these guys out here going crazy.
It's going to be an interesting tournament for sure.
It's crazy to me that Oklahoma, like I'm not dogging you, or Clemson, or
yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
A little bit. You are. You know what you're doing.
So is South Carolina hosting a regional? Because it says the Columbia Regional, but it's not. They're in the Columbia Regional though, right?
Yeah, but it looks like Old Dominion is the top seed, I guess.
But Old Dominion probably has too crappy of a stadium to let in all those people. I'm gonna look up just real fast. I'm not trying to diverge too much. It's just crazy to me that I don't know all these teams. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna try to find them. I went to the NCAA Baseball College World Series page, and hopefully I can give us some context about who these teams are.
The Bronx.
Oh, only reason I know NJIT is because all the Barstool people have been repping it recently, like the New Jersey Institute of Technology. There's no reason I should know that.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
CMU baseball. You're not doing me any good if you just say CMU. What does that mean? CMU Chippewas.
Central Michigan.
Oh, Central Michigan. I thought they were like the Gophers or something like that.
No, they're Chippewas. The Gophers in Minnesota.
the SEMO Red Hawks. Southeastern Missouri. That is a hot guess. I have no clue whether that's right or not.
Bad guess, I guess, but
it has to be Southeastern Missouri because I'm pretty sure MO means Missouri, right?
Generally.
All right, then Southeastern Missouri. South Alabama baseball. They're one of them. They're red and blue.
Let me pull it up. Let me help you out here.
We got the 49ers for Charlotte. Wright State baseball. They're the Raiders. Wright State is the Raiders.
Okay, that's helpful.
They're dogs. Um,
Raiders.
Fairfield. We got Fairfield. The what did you say? Fairfield Stags. Are the Stags in there? We didn't even make fun of them. I didn't even see nothing about no Stags.
No, I didn't see that either. The Sycamores is Indiana State.
Try to find out who the Eagles are. The Eagles, the Jaguars, the Dolphins. Central. Who's Central? Man, that's what I'm telling y'all. Like, I'm not trying to go too crazy. Oh, we got University of California at Santa Barbara. They're one of them.
All right, Central is Central Connecticut.
Wright State's one of them. Those are the Raiders, like I said.
Raiders.
Central Connecticut State. That's the that's Central at the back. Central, and they got LSU and Gonzaga. Okay.
All right, Southern University is the Jaguars.
Southern University is the Jaguars.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
The
So,
Rams is VCU.
so for some reason, Old Dominion is not hosting the Columbia Regional. It's actually being held by South Carolina. Don't ask why. I don't have any answers for that.
Weird.
They're the only one not. Whatever. That's kind of rigged. So TCU and DBU, Dallas Baptist University, and McNeese State.
Jacksonville's the Dolphins.
Wait,
the University of Jacksonville is the Dolphins. I don't make it.
Very confused. So South Alabama, that goes with where is the Florida region at?
South Alabama's also like the Jaguars too, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I can't even find Florida right now. Oh, they're at that one right there. So yeah, that makes sense. So South Alabama, that's the so we got Miami Hurricanes. Obviously, theirs is Miami. I encourage everyone to go look at this. It is very confusing. You think you know college baseball or anything, but you just don't. Yeah, so Southern, Presbyterian, Indiana State. That goes with the Sycamores. So that's Indiana State. Norfolk State goes with Norfolk State University. That's NSU. Okay. Southeastern Missouri State. I was right about that with the Ole Miss Regional.
There you go.
Grand Canyon, UC Santa Barbara. That's the Gauchos.
Gauchos.
Sounds like Groucho's, you know, the sandwich shop.
Yeah, it's a good place.
It is pretty good. UC, University of California at Irvine. That is the Stanford Regional. And theirs is, I can't even hardly read these. I'm going blind. Looks like the Eagles again. So I won't bother y'all anymore. I don't think there is one more. So where's the Louisiana Tech Regional? Did you see that, Ryan?
Louisiana Tech Regional?
The Broncos? So there were 4 NFL teams in here. The Ryder Broncos.
Just says the Bronx on their jersey.
Well, their mascot, according to their little Twitter thing, is a horse.
Well, good for them, I guess.
So we have 4 NFL teams. We had the Broncos, the Raiders, the Dolphins, and the Jaguars. So prepare to see some major Urban Meyer hitting first, Trevor Lawrence batting cleanup, Travis Etienne coming in at second. So that you're starting batting orders. Yeah. Urban, Travis Etienne. You got Tua Tagovailoa probably playing the outfield. Derek Carr definitely pitching. John Gruden's the catcher. And for the Broncos, couldn't name you one person who plays on the Broncos.
We got Drew Lock. You like Drew Lock?
No, Missouri guy, scumbag. All right, so Ryan, who do you think is going to win the College World Series? We'll obviously be keeping up with it, but who do you think is going to win? We've kind of finished College World Series talk.
I mean, I think Arkansas is the favorite. I'm not rooting against them. I'm rooting for them. What?
You're not rooting for them?
I am rooting for them.
Okay, I was about to say.
I'm rooting for Arkansas. I think Arkansas will win the national championship this year. I think it's their year.
Sounds like it. That's why it makes me think it's not their year.
At least you won a trophy. At least you won 2 trophies already.
It's hard for me to believe that they would lose 2 games in a row, 2 games out of anything. You know what I mean?
Very hard to imagine.
They didn't do it all year. That means it's probably going to happen in the first. We're going to lose in the regional. That's so sad. I hope that does not happen. Oh God, I'd cry.
The magical year.
We'll be talking about that next week because the regionals are June 4th through the 7th. Super regionals are June 11th through 14th. And then Omaha is from June 19th to June 30th. So I thought we wouldn't have any college talk. Well, I'm ready to pray to God for the sake of this podcast, Arkansas keeps up with it because I might not pay attention if Arkansas doesn't make it to Omaha.
That's fair.
So if Arkansas doesn't make it, I'm going to be really upset. So let's pray to God, everybody, that Arkansas makes it and we'll be good to go there. All right, Ryan, I've talked enough. I want you to talk to me about some recruiting.
Okie dokie. So now there's been a little bit more transfer stuff, not a whole lot of recruiting. So first talk about Clemson. Clemson does this thing.
Yeah, they do.
Where they call it all-in recruiting. So what they do is Clemson is one of the few programs that sends out the least amount of scholarships to players. And I think they're they sent out the least amount of scholarships into Power 5 conferences. Yeah. So what they do is they find players that actually fit their program, fit their play style, and all this stuff, and they pick out specific players out for a scholarship and say, if you commit, we will not recruit another player. And so Clemson has just sent out a ton of scholarships for the 2023 class. I'm not going to get into a whole lot of detail because there are a ton of them.
A ton, people.
What was that?
I said a ton. There's a ton.
There's a ton. I have a lot of notes here. So you have him not going into a lot of detail. But let's go through the names real quick. And then, of course, obviously we'll be talking about them later. Many of these people have committed to Clemson, but they have offers and they are interested in Clemson. We have Mateo Uyunglele, who is DJ's little brother. He actually plays defensive end. Damon Wilson, Malik Bryant, Anthony Hill Jr., Sonny Styles, Tackett Curtis, Tony Mitchell, Drake Bowen, Peter Woods, Josiah Trotter, whose older brother is also playing for Clemson. Overton, Vic Burnley, David Hicks, Jonel Aguero, that's a very fancy name, Ramir Stewart, and Caleb Downs. All these players are 4- and 5-star recruits, with Overton being the number 1 overall recruit for 2023. Clemson has also offered a 3-star athlete, Jaron Kanak, out of Kansas. Clemson's had a lot of success out of Kansas with Isaiah Simmons. So we'll see if that one turns out well. Hopefully it commits. That's the first step. And then another Clemson news: Ches Malusi, who was one of our running backs, a former 4-star running back, has transferred from Clemson to Wisconsin. He will be playing with Wisconsin next year. The running back room is just too deep, and he couldn't get any playing time. And then the final thing, which has been the craziest thing about this entire recruiting season, I guess, is Arik Gilbert. He came out of high school, went to LSU, as a 5-star recruit, tight end. He decided after 1 year at LSU this past year that he didn't want to be at LSU anymore and decided to transfer. He went to this whole thing. He committed to Florida. Was told he didn't have good enough grades to go to Florida. Had to decommit to Florida. Went back to LSU. Decided he still doesn't really want to go to LSU, and has now decided to go to Georgia. So now he is, in the span of 1 year, committed to LSU, decommitted to LSU, went to Florida, decommitted from Florida, went back to LSU, and is now going to Georgia. We'll see if that sticks. This guy is going all over the place, going to every team in the SEC. It sounds like he's going to play for
Hey,
Bama
you might
next.
get that. Yeah, have the experience. You know what I mean? Might as well.
I mean, already at every single school in the SEC.
Right. Get with a woman at every single everything, every single school.
Well, Georgia obviously got a big pickup because of that, but they also got another huge pickup in former Clemson
It's
cornerback
disgusting.
Kendrick
I hate
in
this.
Georgia. Um,
What a scumbag move. Well, guy's a scumbag because never mind. Keep going, Ryan. I'm sorry. I was about to say
it
something
does
very
feel like
bad.
a little bit of a revenge move.
Revenge.
A little bit.
Don't trigger me. The dude had like gun and marijuana in his car. Don't screw with me, buddy.
I mean,
Revenge. What are you
Clemson
supposed to do?
just
He had a
saying.
gun in his car. Could have killed somebody. Whatever. I don't know. Don't get me mad, Ryan. I said don't get me mad.
Clemson released him because of what he just said,
Criminal charges.
federal charges, and he has decided to commit to Georgia,
You
and
know
Georgia
what's
Clemson the very first week of
you know
this season.
what's crazy though? Kirby Smart probably bought him a car.
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably bought him a car, give him a
Here's
bag
what
of
his
McDonald's
Instagram right
monies.
now. He's got a brand new Charger on there or something.
Oh, that just made that's made me so mad.
Kind of stinks because Darian Kendrick does have Clemson's game plan, but hopefully it won't be
I
much.
don't think that almost said something I shouldn't have. Go ahead, keep going.
No, no. Honestly, that's kind of it. That's the bulk of recruiting there. Georgia got two big pickups. Wisconsin got a big pickup, and Clemson's throwing out a ton of scholarships to players that they think fit their program very well.
Um, Listen, recruiting, the fact that we have literally like a paragraph and a half on recruiting right now is nothing short of remarkable. Is that
Yeah,
you agree?
I agree. There's not. We're going to see a lot more picking up just because players are now allowed to visit colleges again. They had stopped that for a while because of COVID,
Right.
but since people can actually visit the colleges, I think we'll see a lot more recruiting stuff coming down the pipeline.
I think recruiting wise, that Darion Kendrick thing, boy, made me so mad. But we kind of knew it for a while, haven't we?
Yeah,
They've been kind of
he's
hinting
been
at it.
trending that way.
Oh, that just makes me so mad. I mean, this week though, what day was it? I think it was yesterday, Tuesday. So that would have been Tuesday. We film on Wednesday. You listen to it on Friday. But I was sitting there at work and I sometimes, I look at my phone. People do that. That's life. And I looked at my phone and I looked down and I had like 10 plus Instagram messages. I was like, what the? I was like, Ryan sends me sports stuff, throughout the week and like throughout the day, whatever on Instagram. I was like, what the frick, Ryan? You lost your dang on mine. I look and it's like 20 Clemson guys just getting recruited by Clemson. I was like, what the heck? I was like, this is crazy. But yeah, I guess, thank God people are showering us with a bunch of college news right now so we can kind of like make a show out of this thing. Stuff in the summer, but I don't honestly think it's going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be with all college baseball and recruiting kind of picking up.
Yeah,
I think we've got a good opportunity here. We this week was really good, and next week obviously is going to be good. So
yeah. I think we have one more piece of huge news that just came out. Not that doesn't involve
yeah, a
baseball,
little college basketball returning to our
basketball.
yeah. Coach K announced today he's going on a retiring tour, which is kind of a scumbag move if you're being honest. Coach K's always been a big-headed loser. I don't like Coach K. I'm not a Coach K guy. I think he was kind of a jerk. Um, I was always a Roy Williams fan. I thought Roy Williams was an outstanding individual. I always thought he was straightforward. Not the nicest guy all the time, but he was always going to be straight with you. I feel Coach K, he fakes all these injuries, and I can't even say that without laughing. He fakes all these injuries to get his team motivated. He's out for like 2 months to get his back surgery. Can't walk, can't stand. Gets the team motivated and rally. He just fakes that crap all the time. And he's old. He's old as dirt. He's like who do you think's older, Roy Williams or Coach K?
Coach K.
Yeah, dude looks like he's straight up. I guess that's all that
Got
black
the
hair
hair
dye
dye.
he uses. Yeah. Oh, I'm not listening. Hey, I just feel like he was always an arrogant guy. That's just what I think. Now Duke can be a little arrogant, but not too arrogant. They don't win as much as they think they do. They kind of suck more than they actually like. They like when they had. I'm not trying to go on a Duke rant here, but they had. I will never forget when they had R.J. Barrett, who currently is playing in the NBA playoffs on a very pretty decent New York Knicks team. And then Zion, supposedly the next LeBron, can't even make the playoffs. My Memphis Grizzlies can make the playoffs before he can. Whatever. I'm not going to say anything nasty about Zion. But they couldn't even win in the NCAA tournament with those two great players.
No.
And those were two good players. And, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about Duke. I'm not going to bash him. I am going to bash him a little bit. Ryan. So K is going on this little tour of the world or whatever. He's going on this little retirement tour. That's the only reason he didn't retire last year, because he was stuck. He wanted to have his parade. He wanted all the schools to give him some stuff
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
did with Derek Jeter and Kobe Bryant all those years ago. So, what is Duke without Coach K?
Well, Coach K made Duke. Duke was nothing before Coach K.
I agree.
Um, like Duke hadn't won any national championships. They were a bottom feeder. They were nothing. So I mean, Duke still will be a top program once Coach K leaves, and I think it's going to be the most desirable job in college basketball. And I'm really curious to see who gets it, because you don't really see a lot of these coaching jobs pop up. Because once someone lands a job like UNC, Duke, Kansas, UConn, maybe kind of iffy down there, um, you don't leave, you stay. So I mean, Coach K's been there for what, 30, 40 years now, maybe
Since like
longer.
1982.
Yeah,
So a long time.
been there forever. So it's going to be really interesting to see who takes the reins of Duke and can they keep that winning tradition on, bringing in these one and done, these great one and dones. Can they keep that up? Um,
They already breaking news 1 hour ago. Won't be breaking news by Friday. Maybe I'll go ahead and retweet it. Maybe. They already have their new head coach. Their
oh,
20th head coach, this dude named John Shire,
right.
Duke men's basketball associate head coach. Um,
So they
I
kind
have
of
it
with the UNC
retweeted
route.
and I'll have it on our Instagram. But oh my goodness. So I'll have it retweeted. Hold on, give me a second. I'll have this put it on our Instagram immediately. But check that out there. But yeah, they have already known. I don't know who this dude is,
It's awesome.
but they already had their new head coach, our 20th head coach, starting in April 2022.
I mean,
April.
hey,
It's gonna be
it sounds like they
it's
want
gonna
to.
be early March. Don't kid yourself, buddy. Duke scumbag university. One of the reasons Coach K did say that he was doing this because he didn't want to recruit the players, which I kind of respect a little bit. They didn't want the players to think they were coming to play for him, and they were not actually. So they're playing for this dude,
No,
which
that's
I
kind of
do,
fair.
which I do kind of respect that a little bit.
Can't really go in there, but I mean, they're all one and done's, so
Yeah, what do they care?
exactly. They'll have an entire season with no recruiting. They don't have to recruit a single person. He just sends this guy out, and he'll do it for him.
Yeah, he'll be able to do nothing. So basically, he's going to have a retirement thing, and then he's going to do nothing the entire year.
Sounds like a
What
good
a
deal.
scumbag! Oh God, I hate that man. What an awful individual. Really, 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 what a terrible guy.
The worst.
I'm just kidding. He is overrated though. All right, moving on. We're going to move on to the last topic. We only have one more topic left. Ryan, are you ready? So this is a little bit more in theory. I'm going to read. So we follow this stupid Twitter account called Big Game Boomer. It's some stupid Oklahoma account. And I'm not saying it's stupid because of Oklahoma. I'm saying it's stupid because this guy makes some dumb polls. Guy doesn't have no idea. You think he's never mind. He makes polls. They're interesting to talk about, I will say. So we got this
Yeah,
top 25 as of May 16th. It was his last top 25 poll released. I'm gonna read them off real fast, and then we can discuss where we stand. I agree with most of it. Alabama's number one, Oklahoma's number two, Clemson's number three, Iowa State's number four, North Carolina is number 5. Number 6 is Georgia. Number 7 is Cincinnati. Number 8 is Ohio State. Number 9 is A&M. Number 10 is Iowa. A lot of good football in Iowa, apparently, the state. 11 is USC, Trojans. 12 is Coastal Carolina. 13 is Indiana. 14 is Oregon. 15 is Notre Dame. 16, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. 17 is Miami. 18 is Wisconsin. 19 is Arizona State University. 20 is Old Miss. 21 is Washington. 22 UCF. 23 Texas. 24 Florida. And 25 Nevada. What do you think about that, Ryan? This is football stuff.
Yeah, it's football. I think they got the top three pretty good. I think it's fair to have Bama at 1. I know they lost a lot, but they won the national championship, and we know they're just reloading.
Yeah, I
There's
agree.
a bunch of 4 and 5 stars replacing all these guys that are going to be first round draft picks in
Absolutely.
2 or 3 years. So until Bama does lose, I think they deserve number 1. And there's a lot of hype behind Oklahoma this upcoming year. Spencer Rattler is the favorite for the Heisman so far. They're loaded even on defense apparently. So even last year, like defense for Oklahoma saved them in several games, especially against Baylor and Iowa State. So I agree with that. Clemson, I think again, you lose Trevor Lawrence, but you got DJ Uyunglele right there. So Iowa State, no, they're not number 4. I think you can make a case that they're top 10 because they won the Fiesta Bowl last year, but they're not top 5. And I think the same goes for North Carolina. They didn't beat Texas A&M. I know they lost a lot of players for draft and they opted out in the Orange Bowl or Cotton Bowl or whatever it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Against Texas A&M, but they still lost Texas A&M. So I think Texas A&M deserves to be probably that top 5. I think Georgia also belongs in that top 5. I think Cincinnati's right about 7. Iowa, I don't see them at 10. That doesn't make sense. I think Ohio State should be higher. Other than that, I think those are my only real gripes. I'm happy to see USC at 11. I think that makes sense.
Good, but not too good.
Yeah. I think Coastal's a little high. I mean, I'm happy to see them there, but I think they're a little high.
So I have a funny story about Coastal here in a second, but when I look at this, I know I give Oklahoma a lot of crap on this show. I expect full devotion from Ryan through dealing with Arkansas, but I expect him also to deal with when I bash Oklahoma, which is kind of unfair, but whatever. It's kind of just the way it rolls.
It is what it is.
Oklahoma's going to be legit this year.
Yeah.
If there was ever a year, now Oklahoma, after I say this, Oklahoma will lose to Kansas State, and that is a foregone conclusion at this point.
In Norman this year will be fine.
It was in Norman the year before last year, and you still lost. So I don't know. But I'm not bashing Oklahoma. This is an Oklahoma praise session. They're gonna have a legit team this year. I think wide receiver wise, they're gonna be stacked. I remember Ryan saying they didn't even need Mike Woods. Mike Woods may have been like the 3rd best wide receiver in the SEC. And I mean that truly. I do mean that. I really do believe that. Arkansas had 2 of the best wide receivers in the SEC, and now one of them's going to Oklahoma. Mike Woods, very good. Alabama, I don't think they should be ranked number 1. Now, who would you put at number 1? I don't know. I guess, like you said,
They won a national championship. They deserve it.
They're going to be good. We don't know how good they're going to be. It could be anything. So Iowa State should not be 4. They should be switched with Georgia. Georgia should be number 4. I do believe Georgia is going to be good. I almost believe Georgia is going to be Clemson. I'm not going to say that absolutely right now. Is it in Clemson?
It's in Charlotte.
What? Lame. They should have it at Georgia and Clemson. Is it one of those deals, or are they just finishing out the series from a couple years ago?
No, it's just it's like one of those kickoff games, like the Chick-fil-A kickoff or whatever.
This one's so if it's in Charlotte, it must be the Belk Bowl kickoff.
Something like that.
Yeah, because Chick-fil-A is always in Atlanta. So Belk is always in Charlotte. So they must be having that
one-off game. It's not a home and home or whatever.
It's not. It's just one kind of a shot.
It's just in Charlotte.
we'll see what happens there. Charlotte, Clemson does have the home field, I guess. I don't know. Weird. North
But
Carolina, I think they should stay number 5. I think Sam Howell's going to be pretty good. I think
yeah,
last year, last year's football season's so strange because you had so many teams with COVID brain after they had COVID, and now that's not really going to be a thing anymore. So it's interesting to kind of see where we go from here. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Now you're going to be on the road. You're going to be going things have changed. Cincinnati, whatever. Ohio State, I think Ohio State's fine. They have stuff to prove. They lost a lot of talent on those Ohio State teams. Running backs, quarterbacks, defensive players. I want to see where they stand. Texas A&M, kind of high. That's
I
just
think
my
it's high.
Yeah, they lost their quarterback.
I mean,
Kellen Mond was good last year.
that wasn't the centerpiece of their team, though. They had a great defense.
And they had a good running back. I think that running back, Isaiah Spiller's back, so maybe they should be that high. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Iowa, I know nothing about Iowa. Clueless. USC, I think is Slovis the quarterback there? Keaton
Yeah.
Slovis. I think
Yeah.
he'll be good. Coastal Carolina, shot in the dark. Coastal Carolina, funny story. So Coastal Carolina, I was listening to something yesterday. So they play Kansas again this year. They've had like a home and home and away with Kansas. So Kansas, I early reads on Coastal versus Kansas. Kansas is Coastal's favored by like 15 points. But I didn't know this. Kansas hired the Buffalo head coach. Did you know that? After they got rid of Les Miles?
They fired Les Miles, but I didn't see
Yeah, they
that.
hired the guy who was at Buffalo. And Buffalo had a pretty good team in
Okay.
2020. I also didn't know scumbag move by this coach. Well, I guess I don't know. You can always do what you want. He got almost all of the starters he had returning to Buffalo transferred to Kansas. What do you think about that? That's kind of funny, isn't it?
It sucks for Buffalo. Geez.
Yeah, whatever. Buffalo's Buffalo.
But I kind of see that's going to be a future thing. Is like coaches move to different teams, and I kind of remember
Now
like
they let everybody transfer. So if you want to know, go ahead.
I remember when Scott Frost went to Nebraska, like all the UCF guys went to Nebraska. I was like, okay.
Yeah, so I would say screw it. Go better your I think that Buffalo guy was a legit head coach. Buffalo was good last year. We'll see what happens.
Kansas always hires a good coach. I mean, Les Miles was a
Les
good
Miles is not a good coach. I
won
will
national championship.
at LSU. So did
Yeah,
Coach O. Coach O's a bad coach too.
he was a good coach.
Stop that crap.
Good
Stop.
coach.
No, I will take that to my grave. That I will never snot. I don't know about Coach O. Jury's still out. I want to see what happens. LSU is so easy to recruit to. The fact that they're not always as good as Alabama shows how pathetic those two guys are. He
Even
couldn't
when
win. He
Saban was
couldn't
there,
win
he
at
didn't take him to Bama
LSU.
Heights.
Say what?
Even when Saban was there, he didn't take him to Bama Heights.
He still won a national championship.
One.
Well, still, he was only there for like what, 3 years?
I don't know how long he was there for.
Yeah, I don't either. But don't get me started on Les Miles. I do not think anybody's good. I could be a good head coach at LSU if I could get the recruits that they get down there. I could be one. Ryan, you could be a good head coach. We could both be good head coaches down there. Anybody can. That's what makes me so mad that everybody's like, Coach O. Coach O. Hey, everybody, Coach O. You think I'm a good coach? I brought in Joe Brady and paid Joe Burrow $100 to come over to our LSU. Yeah, whatever. And Joe Brady and Joe Burrow won that freaking SEC championship. I mean,
I will say that fair.
yeah. See, and Gene
But
Chizik
Coach is a good coach.
won a national championship too. We think he's a good coach. Get out
Coach is a good coach.
Maybe we'll see. I'm not rooting for him to fail, but I'm not rooting for him to succeed.
It's similar to Dabo Swinney. Dabo Swinney would be nothing without.
Stop! I don't even want to entertain. And I'm thinking you're comparing O to Dabo Swinney. Come on man.
They're both good like managers, and they have their coordinators who actually run the plays.
Do they?
Yeah.
Coach O brought in Bo Pelini. No offense to the Nebraska people.
Okay, that was a bad.
He lost Joe Brady after 1 year. Dabo
Understandable.
Sweeney's had the same freaking offensive coordinators for 20 years. However long he's been there, 15 years. Whatever. We're not going to get in debate about that. I don't
Okay,
think Les Miles was a good coach. That's where I'm in that.
fair.
Indiana, they had a pretty good COVID year. I don't know. We'll see. Oregon, you're always high on Oregon. What do you think?
I
You're
think
always like, Oregon has a great defense.
I think Oregon have a good defense, but their offense I don't think will be that great.
I mean, they made the Pac-12 championship last year. They didn't deserve it, but they
They
made it.
deserve it, yeah. They got there by
And they won it, didn't they?
won it. Yeah, they won
Ah,
it.
COVID. What are you going to do? Notre Dame, I don't know anything about them. We'll see. Raging Cajuns don't know
15
anything about
15 is a good number for
Miami. Derek King, they must be betting he comes back. That's the only reason you would have them at 17.
them. Yeah.
Wisconsin, don't know anything about them. Arizona State, Tom Herman. Is that guy's name? What's that guy's name? The head
Herm
coach,
Edwards.
Herm Edwards. Who's Tom Herman?
That's the former Texas coach.
Oh yeah, where's he at now?
I think he's just fired.
All right, good. Well, not good, but poor guy. But anyway, Herm Edwards. Who knows? I heard they do have a quarterback coming back that I know is pretty
They
good.
have
So
a good
we'll see.
quarterback. Jaden Daniels, I believe is his name.
Yeah, so we'll see
Yeah.
where they go. I'm pulling for Arizona. I like Arizona State. If Arkansas and Clemson didn't exist, I'm pretty sure I'd be an Arizona State fan. So just throwing that out there. Old Miss, they'll be pretty good. They have a good offense. Washington didn't watch. I didn't. I have no clue. UCF, no clue. I think they're probably overrated, especially after losing Josh Heupel last year to Tennessee. Texas,
I think it's fair for now. I think maybe they could go a little higher. Maybe
do you
like
think Arkansas beats Texas when they come to Fayetteville?
I think there's a shot. I think on an individual skill level, I think Texas is better than Arkansas because they
I
always
agree.
get the bulk majority of those Texas recruits, but they never develop them. That's the
That's true.
problem.
So we'll
That's
see if that
Texas's whole
changes.
problem is never develop anyone.
Yeah, so we'll see if that changes. Florida at number 24. Dan Mullen always has some craziness cooking in the crock pot. So we'll see how
Florida
it's
should be
going there.
higher.
You think Florida should be higher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you put Florida UCF on a field together, Florida will probably beat them by 30 points. Probably could say that about half the teams on here. You put Florida on a field versus Cincinnati, probably beat them by 10. Florida
Coastal
versus
Carolina.
Iowa, Coastal Carolina, yeah. So Nevada know nothing. So that's what our little early top 25 prediction. Me and Ryan, a little heated exchange over old freaking Les Miles scumbag. I hate
He is
Les
a
Miles.
scumbag. I
So is
agree.
Coach O.
Scumbag, but I think he's
So is Coach O. He
yeah.
I almost said something really bad, but I didn't. Credit to me. Credit to me.
There's definitely some bad stuff going on at LSU right now.
There's always bad stuff going on at LSU.
I
There's scumbag university. Not gonna get mad though.
There's some stuff. I
I hate
agree.
LSU. God, I hate LSU. Oh, they bother me so much. All
Just
right.
like LSU.
All right. That's the end of the episode. Ryan, what do you think? Good episode. Pretty informative.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I'm glad we got to. I'm. It's crazy. I'm speechless that Coach O is retiring and
Coach
uh,
K. Coach K is retiring. Coach O is not, unfortunately, not retiring.
yeah, Coach K. Yes, thank you
Yeah.
for.
No, it's all right. I don't want to get
I
people
just
too
sound speechless.
excited.
But yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff coming out of the pipelines, and hopefully we'll have more to talk about next week.
Yeah, I think we'll be good. We'll have man, we turned that last segment to like a 20-minute talk about the top 25. So I think we'll be good to go. All right. If that's it, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, turn on your notifications. I really appreciate it. Talk with you later. Bye.
Bye.